ganache on the inside. And you can see there's a little bit of a rainbow cookie here and a pretty little yellow flower made out of buttercream. So I'm gonna cut this open and see what the inside of it looks like. Let me get my knife. So take a look at this. How adorable is this cake? I'm so excited. It's like perfect. It's a 2-serving cake, you know, it's like a little mini. But I think I can handle this baby. And you know, eat the whole thing. Let's see if I can do that. So you can see it's got some rainbow cookie on the inside as well. Just gonna turn it so you can see. How cute. So you can see there's chocolate on the outside, and then it's got the chocolate ganache, and then the green cake, the yellow cake, and then the red cake. And then I cut off a little extra piece to the side, which I'm gonna eat as well, but I wanted to cut it so you can see the inside. But I can't wait any longer. I just need to dig in to this. It's a little messy, a little crumbly, but that's okay. I can overlook that. Let's see how it tastes. Delicious. It's like it's a rainbow cake, basically, with like just rich chocolate all around it. I could definitely tackle this, no problem. Let's get another bite. Alright, this bite is like mostly chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I bought this cake 2 days ago, and I just didn't have any room to eat it in my belly. And it is really good, but it's a little bit freezer burn. It's still good. I don't care. I'm totally gonna eat it anyway. But just like a tiny, tiny little dash of that freezer burn. The first bite didn't taste freezer burn at all. Actually, it was the next bite, but we'll see if this one tastes freezer burn. I'll let you know. A little bit. Note to self: next time you buy an absolutely delicious, fresh baked mini cake for yourself to indulge in from your favorite bakery, please eat it right away. And don't let it sit in the fridge for 2 days. It's still good, it's just, you know, whatever. Not gonna stop me from eating this. And it's more like the cake is freezer burn, but the chocolate is not. So, in my opinion, the chocolate is the most important part. I'm tempted to just like eat all the chocolate off the cake, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. So good. I just got like a big piece of like the chocolate ganache, which is under the outside chocolate icing, and it's so rich. It tastes like fudge, and it being in the refrigerator kind of makes it better because it makes it a little bit firmer, so it's got like more texture when you bite into it. So good. So cream is like amazing. Wow. Ah, amazing. So, if you guys were to guess how many calories this is, take a guess and put it in the comments down below. How many calories you think it is? I don't actually know myself, but I will put my guess in the comments down below as well. And let's see if we're all like close. I love like the rainbow cake has like a little bit of like a fruity kind of flavor, and like mixed with the chocolate, like it's a little bit tart, like the slightest bit tart, you know, like a almost like a raspberry kind of flavor to it, just a little subtle raspberry-ish kind of tart flavor mixed with like the rich chocolatey fudge like cream here. It's like perfection. I mean, amazing. I keep saying that, but it is. Anyway, gonna get this down the hatch. I'm trying to like chew slowly. I'm a really fast eater in real life. Like I can just like hoover it down and like be done. My husband will look at me all the time. He's like on his third or fourth bite and I'm like clearing my plate and he's like, what do you, like, where did it go? I don't know. It's like maybe I don't chew my food like fully and I just swallow it down too quick. But I'm trying to slow down and do that like mindful eating, because if there wasn't a camera here, this thing would be gone. Like I would have just shoveled it in my mouth and it would have been like a 1-minute video. Yeah, so just really trying to like savor it and enjoy it. Look how pretty that is. I love the colors. So nice. Okay, let's get it. So if you could create your own like perfect dessert with all of like your favorite things in it, what would it be? Let me know in the comments. My favorite dessert would be something extremely unpopular, probably, I would think, and extremely unhealthy and not something I've actually ever done. But like in a perfect world, you know, would I do this if it was like not like, you know, so bad? Yeah, I would. So it's like my fantasy dessert would be a giant bowl of nothing but cream, like vanilla buttercream, and that's it. Vanilla buttercream. No, I would add in some like vanilla cake, but like little squares, you know, and I would have it all kind of mixed in just to like add a little bit of a cake, so it would be like reversed, because most cakes are like mostly like, you know, the cake part and then the icing is on the outside. So I would, you know, just get a big bowl of icing with like a little bit of cake, because I mean the icing is so much better than the cake, you know. I mean, like most people don't like sit and eat the cake part. It's the chocolatey fudge and just like a little bit of the stain from the rainbow cake. But see, it's not really any cake there, it's just like tiny bit. It's just a tiny bit of like the colored crumbs. Oh, that's all going in my mouth in one bite. It's kind of big, but I could do it. Oh my goodness. There's nothing better. Wow. I'm like getting high from this. We've got our little flower here. Really good. It's even sweeter than the chocolate. Very, very sugary. Very sweet. I'm gonna take this tiny little baby cookie here. I don't want to like break it, so I'm gonna use my fingers. There it is. Tiny little cookie. I don't know, guys, I'm starting to get really full. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna go for the chocolate first this time. I'm gonna take the whole thing. Whatever I can get on this fork. Alright. I don't want to make myself sick. I'm gonna do one more bite and then we'll get on to part 2 of this video. Chocolate is everything. Just happiness in my mouth right now. And now you can see the microphone because there's no more cake to hide it. I think I did pretty good though, guys. I mean, kind of doesn't look that appealing anymore. It's just like a small little piece left. But I ate the rest of that. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean up this mess and then come right back and we will do some social anxiety stories on Reddit. I will be back in 1, 2, 3. Okay guys, I am back. Changed the setup a little bit. Got my fake candles. Here. Yeah, just for a little bit of a mood kind of thing. And I'm just gonna read to you some of Reddit social anxiety stories. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got my computer off to the side over here, and I'm going to be reading some stories off of that. So let's get to it. Okay, so it says, it's crazy how trying to be more extroverted always backfires. Sometimes I try to be more bubbly, extroverted if I feel a situation would go better with it, but it's like I just can't do it. My voice gets awkwardly loud, my laugh sounds too forced, my jokes fall flat, and people just look at me like I have 15 heads on. I always felt contempt for my shyness my whole life. Made no friends throughout school or college, and people always thought I was weird or made cruel judgments about me or saw my shyness as a weakness. Sometimes I just want to seem like a normal, regular, functioning adult, but it's literally like I can't do it. Like once you're a shy introvert, there's no changing it. Okay, so I'm gonna respond to my own personal opinions to this before reading other people's opinions because I don't want to get swayed. Please, I ask you kindly okay. Like, it's okay to be you. I'm sure that you are a wonderful person and have amazing things to offer. And not being, popular, whether you're in school or as an adult, is totally okay. That's the first thing, is that, like, you kind of have to learn to accept certain things about yourself. Like, alright, so you're not, the life of the party, right? That's fine. You have to be okay with it. Nobody else cares as much as you do. It always feels worse to you, but nobody else is really thinking about it or looking at you as harshly as you think. So that's that. The next thing is that you can develop social skills. You can. You can cultivate social skills. That is something that can be learned. I am an autism mom, and one of the biggest deficits with autism is difficulty with communication and being a little bit of a different thinker, social awkwardness, and all of that stuff. And my daughter has done social skills groups and, play dates with structured activities or common interest activities, and cultivated many friendships and many skills over the years. And she accepts who she is, and she just finds people that, like, are her tribe, that are like her. And I'm not saying that this person has autism, I'm just saying that their common thread is that social awkwardness. So you gotta, like, figure out what your passions are. What is it that you love to do? And if you don't know, well, go out and have the best time trying to find what your passions are. And try out different things. Say you really like to play volleyball. Join a volleyball league, and you're social, but you're not, like, there are things you can do with other people where it's not conversation built, where there are things that you can do with other people that are not conversation based, like, a league, a sport, some kind of club. Maybe, like, you like to knit or something like that, and you want to join, like, or come up with some kind of club, or go to a class at your local library where, you speak quiet, you speak less, and it's more about, like, being around people that enjoy similar type of things, like crafting together. So it's like side-by-side activities where you're not, like, forced to have conversation, that you can sit quietly but with other people, go to a library and hang out there to check out some books, see what classes they have going on. There are things that you can do to socialize on your terms that's comfortable for you. You just have to find your niche, so it's gonna take a little bit of work, a little bit of effort. And that's my 2 cents. More like, I don't know, it was a lot more than 2 cents, but I mean, that's what I have to say. Now that I've said way too much, I'm going to read what some of the comments are. It kills the soul to be something that you are not. Exactly right. Agree 100%. Like, do you? Be awkward and embrace it. It's cool. Like, so you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. Okay. What else? It's hard to be something that you're not. Commending you for trying, but it's best to be yourself, to be honest. I feel like that's exactly what anxiety is about. The overthinking. If the only path to healing is through every step along it, you are ridiculed by your brain, but none of that is grounded. It's so true. All of the fears of what people think are just that. Like, we don't know what people think. There's a reason why we can't hear their thoughts, because we're not meant to even know, and chances are they're not even thinking about you. Whenever I say to pretend I'm not socially anxious, I say something without thinking over it extensively. It ends up being one of the dumbest sentences I've ever said. Then I remind myself that I hear extroverts with no social anxiety say stupid things all the time because they have no filter. Exactly right. The only difference is that, like, the people with the social